The race for mayor in Baxter Springs is heating up as both candidates share their vision for the future. I'm Blake Gully, and I'll have that story coming up.
Plus, lead poisoning threatens children in southeast Kansas at twice the state rate. How you can protect your family.
Canada takes action against President Trump's tariffs ahead of another round of trade talks with China. I'm Griff Jenkins in Washington. I'll have the latest coming up.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Election day is fast approaching. In Baxter Springs, voters will decide between two familiar faces, a mayor focused on stability and a challenger calling for change. This is KOAM News. I'm Tanya Bach. KOAM's Blake Gully caught up with the candidates.
The clock is ticking in Baxter Springs with only days remaining before voters pick their next leader. Current Mayor Kelly Abbott wants to keep the momentum going, while former City Council member Casey Shaw says it's time for a new direction.
If you want to see Baxter continue to grow and to continue to be a great place to live, why, you want to keep it great, I'm probably your candidate. If you want to see it remain drama-free.
I can make a difference. I have the best interest of the community at my heart, and I've always been passionate for this community and hope that I can bring together some great things for the future of Baxter Springs.
For voters, it isn't just about who's in charge, it's about direction, with both candidates saying they have a plan to shape the future of Baxter Springs, but have differences on their approach.
We always look at a 5-year plan or a 3-year plan or an immediate plan, and we try to execute those the best we can. In the future, with the fire station finished up, a couple other projects finished up, now we're looking at water infrastructure.
I think we need to have some procedures in place for fair hiring and processes that are followed by every department. Continue to pursue the grants that Mrs. Hill has been gracious enough to find and enact for the betterment of our infrastructure and our fire department.
Voters will decide which vision leads the way forward. Reporting in Baxter Springs, Blake Gully, KOAM News.
Voters head to the polls November 4th, and you can hear more from both candidates, including their full uncut interviews on our website, KOAMnewsnow.com/elections. Meteorologist Lindsay Gaffney joins us now with a first look at weather.
Well, we are heading into a pretty rainy week. We've got rain chances that lead us to see maybe an inch to, you can see even Tulsa, 4.5 inches of rain. So we are seeing a flood watch already in a couple of counties out there in Oklahoma, just clipping some of our area until Saturday at 7 a.m. Now, rain has already started to push through, though it's a part of a greater line of storms further south in Oklahoma. Now, we're not going to see any severe weather with this, though we could get some thunderstorm chances. As of right now out in Joplin, we've got partly cloudy skies, temperatures in the upper 50s, but those rain chances are really going to be pushing in over the next couple of hours. And as you can see, we have rain consistently through Sunday morning. Now that is going to keep us pretty cool for the next couple of days, staying in the low 60s through the weekend, but I'll have all those details coming up.
All right, thanks, Lindsay. Well, children in southeast Kansas face lead poisoning rates nearly double the state average, a dangerous reality that can cause lifelong learning delays and health problems. The Crawford County Health Department distributed free testing kits for water, paint, and soil during National Lead Poisoning Prevention Week, urging parents to get their children tested before permanent damage occurs.
This event is to bring awareness with a toolkit that we offer. We have water lead testing kits. We are also giving away for lead testing kits for the soil, for the paints and other things.
Organizers hope to make this an annual event, spreading awareness and keeping local families safe year-round. Well, a Columbus, Kansas woman is the brains behind a new documentary highlighting local art. Her documentary focuses on a gallery in Columbus, Kansas, featuring local artists. The art is shown to the public during Columbus Days.
What's really special is all of her artwork is artists within a 50-mile radius. She very much wants to support local artists, which is a passion of mine as well, so I really resonated with that with her.
You can learn more about the documentary this Sunday night on KOAM News. Well, coming up, hitting them where it counts.
Ukraine targets one of Russia's biggest oil refineries just hours after President Trump announced new sanctions. I'm Mike Emanuel in Washington. I've got the details coming up.
But up first, doctors had dismissed a mother's concerns about her baby's symptoms, how her persistence uncovered a life-threatening heart defect that affects 1 in 300,000 children. 2-year-old Isla grins with joy today, but her smile masks an extraordinary medical battle that began when she was just 4 months old. The sweet toddler will be a special guest at this year's 4 States Heart Walk this weekend. KOAM's Chris Warner introduces us to Isla.
Quick with a smile and eyes full of joy, no one would imagine the difficult journey little 2-year-old Isla has traveled.
We were told that she likely would not live to see one. We were told that we likely would not ever be able to leave the hospital with our daughter.
At 4 months, Isla was diagnosed with a rare heart condition. Alcapa is a congenital heart defect that disrupts the flow of blood to the heart, putting infants at risk of heart failure or sudden death.
She was a seemingly normal, healthy baby, and it was by just gut instinct that I just knew that there was something not right.
Lisa's motherly instincts were right. Isla didn't like being on her stomach and slept a lot. Lisa said doctors initially dismissed the symptoms as normal for a newborn. They were not, and an RSV diagnosis revealed much more.
If I had not been the parent that questioned everything and went back and asked until it made sense to me, Isla wouldn't be here today.
Following the surgery to move her coronary artery, doctors recommended a heart transplant. Due to potential complications, her parents decided to forego the additional surgery.
And just put all of the faith in God, really, to heal her. Let Isla do her thing since she had the corrective surgery, and then see where it led us, and it led us here.
It worked, and Isla celebrated her 2nd birthday earlier this month with some of her favorite animals. She's not just living, she's thriving.
Where everybody told us that there was no path for Isla, she made her own path, and she didn't let anything or anybody hold her back, and she defied every obstacle, everything that she was supposed to, that they told us was going to happen, did not happen, and we are very proud of her, and she's very strong, very strong girl.
Isla will be a special guest at this year's 4 States Heart Walk for the American Heart Association, sharing her smile and continuing to beat all odds while inspiring others.
In a lot of cases with Alcapa, 90% of the babies don't see their first birthday. So it's very important to us to get the word out and save other babies like Isla, who is not just another statistic. She's a happy, healthy baby now.
A gift of life, thanks in part to the resilience of a precious and determined little girl.
Well, of course, everyone is invited out to the 2025 4 States Heart Walk. It takes place this Saturday at Joplin's Cunningham Park. The event begins at 9 a.m. and the walk starts at 10. Hope to see you there. Well, in other health news, the popular drug semaglutide used for weight loss may also help prevent heart attacks. A University College London study found the drug reduces the chance of heart attacks, strokes, and other cardiac events by 20%, regardless of how much weight a patient has lost. The study's author says this suggests you do not need a high BMI to get benefits from the drug. Well, here's another good reason to go to the dentist. Cavities and gum disease can raise the risk of stroke. A University of South Carolina study found people with both cavities and gum disease had an 86% higher risk of stroke compared to people with good oral health. Researchers say improving oral health could be an overlooked way to reduce stroke risk. Reducing an infant's sugar intake could benefit their heart health for their entire life. A study published in the British Medical Journal found the diet during a baby's first 1,000 days can have lasting health effects. Reducing sugar, including from sugary drinks and ultra-processed foods, lowers cardiovascular risk in adulthood, including the risk for diabetes and high blood pressure. Lindsay's next with a complete look at your forecast. And later, doing good one step at a time. A group of Joplin walkers tackled decade-old trash problems in their neighborhood.
We get to see some rain chances for most of the weekend starting in the morning. Now, rain kicks off just after midnight tonight. As we head through the day on Friday, we do have a couple of rounds where we may not see as much light to moderate showers, but you can see where we go through early in the afternoon, takes a bit of a dip. Now we go through most of the day on Friday, intermittent scattered shower chances. By Saturday, we go up to pretty heavy, moderate to heavy rain showers through most of the morning till early afternoon. That's where we're going to see our bulk of accumulation, and we do have a flood watch in effect starting or ending Saturday at 7 a.m. right now. It's just for the Oklahoma counties, but we could see that extended into a few of our other counties. Now we do have rain showers already starting to kick in along a line. Now the greater storms are further south. You can see out in Oklahoma City, there's a right moving supercell, does have a severe thunderstorm warning on it. We are luckily not seeing any severe weather, but we are getting rain, and so that's going to be a good thing for our area. Definitely need the rain. We don't love the severe weather threat. So that's going to be pretty much the theme for the weekend. Again, starting later on this evening, all of these rain showers do kick off. We're going to see more widespread chances of rain tonight and through the weekend, starting to clear out by late Saturday night or into early Sunday morning. Now, currently downtown Joplin from the Cornell Arts and Entertainment Complex, pretty calm right now. We do have some clouds moving in already. Temperatures tonight only dropping down to the low 50s, so we're about 10 degrees warmer tonight than we have been the last couple of nights. That's because of the overcast skies. It actually keeps us a bit warmer at night, but it's going to keep us much cooler for the next couple of days, only reaching low 60s to upper 50s. So as we head through the morning, next couple of hours, you can see these isolated showers are already starting to push in. Bit more widespread by the time we hit about 7 to 8 a.m., especially Joplin area, going to get some lighter to moderate showers. Yates Center all the way down to Chanute and Parsons. Now, again, pretty light showers through the early morning to early afternoon on Friday. Overcast skies by about 3 to 3:30. We go through this brief period where we may not see any rain throughout the evening on Friday. Good thing for Friday night football. Anyone around town going to any football games might be pretty nice, at least for the evening. Pretty cloudy and chilly, so you're going to want to pack a jacket. But rain returns late Friday night into early Saturday morning. So here we are about 3 to 4 a.m. More showers start to push in from Oklahoma, becoming more widespread. And again, this is where we see our bulk of accumulation throughout the day on Saturday. Now, temperatures only reaching mid to upper 50s to about 60 degrees. Rain accumulation for the day, again, about 1 inch to 2.5 inches of rain for us throughout the entire weekend. Now, more showers could return by Sunday night, but look at those temperatures. I mean, low 60s all weekend long, upper 50s. Next weekend looking much nicer, kind of in the mid to upper 60s and sunny. So once we make it through a rainy weekend, we get a couple of nice days next week.
I love these temperatures. I mean, fall is finally here.
Just in time for Halloween.
Yeah, it's kind of spooky, but I like it. All right, thanks, Lindsay. Coming up next, a career shortcut.
MSSU and UMKC are setting up a pathway to success for aspiring lawyers. I'm Kenny Foreman, and I'll have more on that coming up.
Pre-law students at Missouri Southern State University can get a jump start on law school thanks to a collaborative program between the university and UMKC. KOAM's Kenny Foreman explains how it works.
How can multiple universities best attract students? Not through competition, but collaboration.
It's especially important in Missouri for our public institutions to work together, because 99 times out of 100, we're not competing with each other. We're here to make sure that folks looking for higher education here in the state of Missouri have incredible opportunities.
That's what MSSU and UMKC Law School are creating with their pre-law pathway program. MSSU pre-law undergraduates who complete 90 credit hours can apply for a 3+3 program and complete their undergraduate requirements plus 1 year of law school credits at MSSU before finishing up their law degree at UMKC.
I'm looking for someone who's bright, I'm looking for someone who works hard, and I'm looking for someone who has grit. Those are the things I'm always looking for, and that can be shown in so many different ways.
Both MSSU and UMKC prioritize the needs of the students when designing the program. They envision the idea of saving time and tuition costs as enticing to potential candidates.
That's 1 year less tuition, 1 year less room and board, really ensuring that folks have a more accessible launch into a legal career here in Missouri and Southern Missouri.
By working together, both schools feel confident they can get the most out of their students.
My hope would be that this partnership provides unique and amazing opportunities for our students to help them succeed, help them see a pathway to their future. And we're really grateful for this partnership between Missouri Southern and UMKC.
In Joplin, Kenny Foreman, KOAM News.
According to an MSSU press release, candidates are expected to have at least a 3.3 GPA and an LSAT score at or above the 50th percentile of the most recent UMKC law class. That said, students who do not meet that criteria may still be considered. Well, some borrowers may be able to avoid paying federal taxes on their student loans. The Education Department says it will restart the loan forgiveness process for eligible borrowers, making them exempt from paying federal taxes on the forgiven amounts this year. The forgiveness process includes people on income contingent repayment or pay-as-you-earn plans with qualifying payments for 20 to 25 years. The Education Department says it's complying with the Biden-era law, which is set to expire at the end of the year. Well, the U.S. national debt hits a record $38 trillion for the first time, a milestone that has 81% of voters concerned about America's financial future. Treasury Department data shows the debt continues climbing as government shutdowns delay economic activity and postpone critical fiscal decisions. Coming up next, Halloween treats with a sweet purpose. How a Pittsburgh bake sale is helping neighbors get around town. Pittsburgh Family YMCA hosts a Halloween bake sale, raising funds for SEK CAP transportation services. The Vital Transportation Program helps community members get to work, medical appointments, and run essential errands. Organizers say every dollar raised helps keep people connected to jobs and health care in Southeast Kansas.
And the only way I can get here is for CCAP to come pick me up. And when I heard that I was gonna lose my ride, I freaked out. And I had just given Christina a cookie, and she goes, "You know what? Let's have a bake sale."
In addition to Pittsburgh, SEK CAP offers transportation services in Bourbon, Cherokee, Crawford, Labette, Montgomery, and Neosho counties. 30 more minutes of news, weather, and sports coming your way. Canada cuts economic ties while China trade talks teeter. Now, the president's tariff strategy could affect you. And Ukraine targets Russia's largest refinery as President Zelensky demands more long-range weapons. The war's new phase.
You're watching the 4 States Most Watched News.
This is KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. I'm Tanya Bach. As President Trump doubles down on tariffs, Canada says it's taking action to protect its economy. It comes ahead of potential trade talks between the U.S. and China next week. Fox News correspondent Griff Jenkins is in Washington, D.C. with more.
After months of tough trade talks, Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney says his country's close economic relationship with the U.S. is over.
Strengths based on close ties to America have become our vulnerabilities.
Currently, Canada is a top export destination for more than 36 states here in the U.S. But over the next decade, the country plans to double its non-U.S. exports. The Trump administration, though, says it's confident the relationship will turn around.
Ultimately, we have to put America first in this relationship. There are ways to cooperate with Canadians on things that are of mutual interest to us both.
Prime Minister Carney says it's possible the two countries could reach a deal at a summit in South Korea next week. That's where President Trump is expected to meet Chinese leader Xi Jinping. Beijing. And he says he could potentially reach agreements with Beijing on everything from agriculture to nuclear power.
We'll make a deal on, I think, everything. I think we're going to make a deal on soybeans and the farmers. I think we're going to make a deal on maybe even nuclear.
But there are concerns those talks may not even happen after China escalated tensions by curbing exports of rare earth minerals.
China may not feel that it's in its interest to have any sort of constructive discussions. Now the political system in Beijing is getting worse, and that means a trade deal is less likely.
If talks are unsuccessful, President Trump has threatened China with a 100% additional tariff starting next month. In Washington, Griff Jenkins, Fox News.
Well, policies like the trade war with China are upending the finances of many American farms. China is the world's biggest soybean importer, but the country stopped purchasing the crop from American farmers, making it unprofitable. To help ease that pain, the Trump administration said it would bring back essential workers at the USDA, unfreezing $3 billion that was already allocated in the previous budget. But it's a fraction of the $13 billion in new aid farmers expected. Some farmers say President Trump's policies are making it less likely that foreign buyers will come back, and their livelihoods are at stake.
And farm bankruptcies are on the rise, farm foreclosures are on the rise, farm suicide is on the rise, and the president continues to say that his tariffs are helping us. But the tariffs are hurting America's farmers, and we're going to be losing a lot more farmers this fall. And what we really need is a complete farm moratorium at USDA and other agricultural lenders. We shouldn't be losing America's farms while the president, made some bad decisions here with his tariffs.
And an issue for U.S. cattle farmers. The White House says it may increase beef imports from Argentina, part of a larger $20 billion bailout for the South American country. Ukraine keeps hitting Russia's oil refineries as the war drags on, with both sides now reportedly looking for a diplomatic off-ramp. Fox News Chief Washington correspondent Mike Emanuel has the story.
Explosions and fires reported overnight following a Ukrainian drone strike on the Ryazan oil refinery, one of the largest in Russia. Ukrainian attacks on Russian oil facilities have triggered widespread power outages in the Belgorod region, and now Ukraine is asking for more long-range weapons to take the fight to Moscow.
We speak first of all about long range. It's about drones, it's about electronic warfare, systems of electronic warfare, and it's about missiles.
The strike came just hours after President Trump announced new sanctions targeting Russia's energy industry. The move is pushing global oil prices up, but experts say it will have a big impact on Moscow's ability to fund the war.
This ban will force Russian sellers to find new markets or other buyers for their cargoes, hopefully depressing the value of the cargoes themselves.
Russian President Vladimir Putin is strongly criticizing the sanctions and threatening retaliation. But at the same time, the Kremlin says it wants to schedule a new meeting between Presidents Trump and Putin, hoping to get the peace process back on track.
The goal is to specify further parameters for Russian-American dialogue on joint steps toward a Ukrainian settlement.
U.S. officials say they're also open to a meeting, but Putin needs to show he is serious about a ceasefire.
We're always going to be interested in engaging if there's an opportunity to achieve peace.
Zelensky is also asking for permission to use frozen Russian assets to buy weapons from the U.S. and other allies. In Washington, Mike Emanuel, Fox News.
Well, Lindsay's next with a complete look at your forecast, and later, doing good.
All started to improve their health. A group of friends got together and started walking, but while walking, they noticed a problem. Problem being trash. I'm Ty Parks. I'll have a story of a group of volunteers who are cleaning up Joplin one step at a time.
Retirement.
We're going to see some rain chances for most of the weekend, and we can go ahead and take a look at timing. Mostly after midnight is when we're going to start to see widespread rain chances. Now we go through a couple of rounds of rains. We have our first round through the morning on Friday to early afternoon. Starts to take a bit of a dip there for Friday night football, of course, and then we see another spike Friday night into Saturday as well. Now, The majority of rainfall will be early Saturday morning, so we do have a flood watch, mostly just into the Oklahoma counties until 7 a.m. on Saturday. We want to keep an eye on that. Could see that flood watch extended further into some of our other counties in southeastern Kansas, even in Missouri and Arkansas. We already see a line of storms developing. Now, for our area, a little bit of lightning, some thunderstorms, but most of the bulk of the severe weather is actually further south. You can see out in Oklahoma City, there was a right-moving supercell, but the rest of the area is just getting this widespread rain. So first moving in is a warm front. We're going to see that move through the day on Friday. It brings just light showers and overcast skies. Again, that starts in the morning. So for the most of the night, it's going to be pretty cloudy, but we do have continuing showers, thunderstorms trying to push in here after midnight tonight and through the morning on Friday. Now temperatures are going to be above normal, about 10 degrees warmer than we've seen the last couple of nights, in the low 50s because of those overcast skies tonight, and even some showers actually keeps us a bit warmer at night than it does in the morning. So by 3 a.m., a few more showers try and push in here. So we're going to have widespread light showers through the morning on Friday. Still going to want to bring your umbrella, but most of the rain actually pushes out towards the northeast by early afternoon. So we have this window from about 3 to about 9-10 p.m. before more of these showers start to push in. Perfect timing to get home from work, get home from school without getting soaked, and also being able to enjoy Friday night football before more rain pushes in. So we get these light showers that turn into more moderate to even heavy showers by Saturday morning, 9:30. Most of us are seeing some pretty light showers, even some pockets of thunderstorms and heavier rain. Now it does start to push up by early afternoon again on Saturday, but more rain to come on Sunday. Now temperatures are going to be rather chilly. We're really not warming up, warmer than the upper 50s to low 60s. And the rain accumulation again on Friday, pretty light, but our bulk of rain coming in on Saturday, which could lead us to about 1 inch to 2 inches of rain accumulation, maybe even in some isolated areas up to 3 inches of rain, which we need it. And I'm happy we're not getting any severe weather with this rain. That is easier for my job, of course, but also, you know, seeing that severe threat, we need the rain, but we hate having to watch out for thunderstorms, you know, hail, anything like that. So we won't have to deal with any of that this weekend. And temperatures are going to be in the 60s for the rest of the week.
And you'll be watching all weekend anyway.
Yep.
So there you go. All right, still ahead, Missouri Southern is coming off its first MIAA win of the season. We'll hear from the team as they get ready for this Saturday. And it's a big week for the Pitt State cross country team as they host the MIAA championships on Saturday. Those details and more coming up in sports.
It is championship season with fall sports playoffs underway across the 4 states, including cross country. And this weekend is a big one for Pitt State cross country. For the first time in over a decade, the Gorillas are hosting the MIAA cross country championships. The PSU women's squad enters the weekend as 3-time reigning champions and have won the league title 6 times in the last 7 years. The Gorillas men's squad, they're going for their 2nd conference title in 3 years. Entering the biggest race of the season on Saturday, Pitt State is excited to host and have the community support in person.
This has been a big target for a long time, hosting the MIAA championships this fall. The last time we did that was in the fall of 2013. I was actually an athlete at a different conference school at the time. So to be in different shoes when we're hosting that here at Pitt State is really exciting.
It's super special. I mean, we always host, I've been here, we've done indoor track, even nationals and hosting those meets, but we haven't done a cross country one. And cross country is a really fun, special sport, and I'm just really excited to get out there.
I'm really excited about us hosting this year. There's definitely a lot of support that comes from just being at home, whether that be from family or friends. And I mean, we all know what the Pittsburgh community is like, and so I think it's going to be electric.
The championships kick off on Saturday from 4 Oaks Golf Course. The women will race first at 10 a.m., followed by the men at 11. The 10th-ranked Pitt State Gorillas are enjoying their bye week with 6 consecutive wins. And one key to the Gorillas' success has been their run game offensively. Over their last 6 games, Pitt State is averaging over 232 rushing yards per contest, One of the men leading the way is transfer Zamari Pelode-Gary, who has 4 100-yard and 2 multi-touchdown performances during the win streak. After joining the team during the summer, Pelode-Gary feels that he is getting more comfortable and confident each week.
I feel like now I'm just now getting my footing, so I feel like as the season goes on, I'm not going to do nothing but get better. And just getting closer to my teammates, I feel like that's a big help, because like the more chemistry we got, the better I can read the O-line, I can read everything, and getting closer with my quarterback. So I feel like as the season goes on, I'm going to do nothing but get better.
I say this every week. I think you're only going to see Zamari get better and better each week as he gets more and more comfortable with what we're doing offensively. He's a guy that didn't get to go through spring ball with us. Wasn't necessarily here all summer involved, so he kind of started that learning curve when camp started. So I think the first week or two, you maybe didn't see what Zamari's capable of. And now you're starting to see that over the last couple weeks as he gets more comfortable with what we're doing, as he gets more comfortable within the offensive scheme. I think you're going to continue to see him grow as a football player. I'm just super proud of what I've gotten to know of him as a person, just the way he goes about his business, the way he comes to work every day.
The Lions of Missouri Southern are roaring after their first MIAA win of the season last week over Nebraska Kearney. And as they enter Saturday's matchup against Missouri Western, the Lions look to continue their strong stretch defensively. Over their last 3 games, the MSSU defense has stepped up, forcing 8 turnovers. In their win over the Lopers, the Lions forced 4 of those takeaways, including a pick-6 from R.J. Hill. And as Southern prepares for the Griffins, they expect their defensive unit to build off their success in recent weeks.
They're starting to get a little more confident, not necessarily just in themselves, but in the group. They're becoming a more confident group with each other and what their role is and how their role makes the whole thing go. They kept learning how to play their position, how to play this defense, how to communicate with each other. Now they got to continue to take those steps and continue. I mean, Saturday wasn't perfect, but there was a lot of really good things on the field.
Everybody, I feel like we got better with letting people talk to us. Because, in the moment, when your teammates say something, it's easier to get off track. But really, we buying in. And just like my freshman, one of my 18-year-old freshmen kept coming to me, RJ, what you need to lock in. You need to do this play right. And I'm able to be like, you right. It don't matter about the age. I'm able to say, you right. I need to listen. And you can always learn from anybody.
It's homecoming on Saturday in Joplin with the Lions taking on the Griffins. Kickoff at 2 p.m. from Fred G. Hughes Stadium. That's it for sports. We're back with more after the break.
When people come together to address local challenges, their actions ripple outwards, inspiring others and fostering a cleaner, healthier environment for all. As part of our Doing Good series, we introduce a group of friends in Joplin who saw a problem and decided to grab some bags. KOAM's Ty Parks shares their story.
Every community is shaped by efforts of its members. For one group who called themselves the Sunday Morning Steps, it started with a trip to Midtown where they met to walk. And after some time, they started spotting a problem.
Several years ago, my friends and I were out just walking just for health reasons, and we found that there was a lot of trash sitting around, that some of it had been there for 10 years or more.
They found trash that had been in Joplin since 2008, and their efforts expanded.
We picked up a lot of trash. Especially through downtown areas around the railroad tracks, around shelters, pretty much everywhere. We found that in the corners, there was just trash all over the place.
They like to walk where tourists visit, taking steps to help make their home a beautiful place. And volunteering has some benefits, like fellowship.
This is a good way to congregate for people who don't necessarily want to go do religion. So I can get the community aspect. There's usually, someone trying to feed someone. You get the same kind of aspect. A lot of times they'll help out the homeless along with picking up trash. It's a good community of people. And even if they wanted to start it, like, let's say they live in Neosho, you'll find that there's trash everywhere, and really it's up to the communities to clean up those areas more than it is for the government around.
Walking to clean up Joplin one step at a time. In Joplin, Ty Parks, KOAM News.
Well, Sunday Morning Steps is open to anyone who would like to join. They meet Sunday morning at 1208 South Main in Joplin at 8:30 a.m. Well, Stranger Things fans get a theater experience for the show's 2-hour finale. That story and more coming up next in Hollywood Nation. Miley Cyrus soars with Avatar, and Stranger Things levels up for its final chapter. Fox's Ashley Dvorkin has all the latest in today's Hollywood Nation.
Stranger Things goes big, Diaz turns up the action, and Cyrus hits a high note in the Hollywood Nation. Even through the ashes. Miley Cyrus announced on Instagram she co-wrote and recorded an original song for Avatar, Fire and Ash. She says the project is deeply meaningful for her after being personally affected by fire and rebuilding from the ashes. Cyrus lost her Malibu home in the 2018 wildfires. The third film in the franchise flies into theaters December 19th. Cameron Diaz's Bad Day just got better. Netflix announced the ensemble cast joining Diaz in the upcoming action comedy, including Ed O'Neill, Danielle Brooks, and Ben Schwartz. The film follows a single mom fighting to keep one promise to her daughter on the worst day of her life. Stranger Things is going big for its grand finale. The hit sci-fi series' 2-hour season 5 closer will reportedly play in theaters on New Year's Eve, the same day it streams on Netflix.
What did you think was going to happen?
In today's First Looks is the trailer for I Can Only Imagine 2. The sequel continues the true story of Mercy Me's frontman Bart Millard as he faces new challenges with fame, faith, and family. It's in theaters February 20th. Universal Pictures released a trailer for Reminders of Him, based on Colleen Hoover's best-selling novel. The romantic drama stars Micah Monroe as a woman rebuilding her life after prison, hoping to reconnect with her daughter while finding unexpected love and forgiveness. It arrives in theaters March 13th. In Hollywood, Ashley Dvorkin, Fox News.
And that's our time for tonight. Thank you for joining us. We're going to leave you with video of baboons munching on pumpkins at the Idaho Zoo in Boise. Have a great night and an even better tomorrow.